Hi, it's Alex. Today I want to talk about staffing, specifically hiring and training the best employees that will stay the longest. So even before the interview process, you want to start with the job description. So what you want to do is look at what your specific needs are. So maybe you just need a part-time position in that same role, or possibly you need someone in that role that has a little bit more responsibility, like a lead, let's say. So really take the time to look at what possibly you could delegate off your own plate. Put that in the job description. You want to be really specific about what the expectations are of the job, but also you want to leave it open so you don't have the "that's not my job" mentality. So always have some additional tasks as needed or something along those lines. Then you want to figure out where you're going to post it. What specific candidates are you looking for, and do you know where they're looking for jobs? So let's start with that. Now you post the job, and now it's time to start looking at candidates for an interview. When you sit down with somebody to interview for the job, you really want to look at what they call soft skills. So that is something that comes innately. Specific examples of that are a positive attitude, work ethic, integrity, and passion for whatever it is that you're doing in your business. So those are things that cannot be trained. You can train someone on your products. You can also train someone on your service. For instance, how to carry 3 plates if you're a waiter. However, it's those items that I mentioned before that you really can't train on, and those are things you definitely want in an employee. So either look at ways to ask questions or just kind of have your mind's eye on that when you're in the interview and you're talking to somebody. Okay, so now we've narrowed it down to, let's call it, 2 excellent candidates that you'd be happy with either one. Then I would recommend bringing in another person, whether it be a manager, a coworker, someone else, to get their perspective and have them interview those 2 candidates. Also, you want to discuss with that person what was already talked about so you can get new information. You want to be in cahoots on hiring this person. So now let's come to the point where you found the great person, you want to hire them, but let's also keep in mind they're probably looking for other jobs as well. So something else you want to take a look at is what is specific to your company. What makes your company great? What makes employees want to work for you? Now they're hired. The next thing is training. So important. And some things that you want to look at are, number 1, consistency in your training. So you don't have to have one trainer. Anybody at the job can train as long as they have a list of exactly what's trained on. It gives the new employee, a chance to say, hey, I totally understand that. I'm going to sign off and say, yes, got it. I understand the software system or whatever it may be. Or they could say, you know what, I don't fully understand that. Or maybe they have questions like, okay, what if this specific scenario comes up? How do you want me to handle it? So it makes it a conversation as opposed to just a lesson on how to work at your company. What you're really doing is you're setting this new employee that you worked so hard to hire and found the right person, you're setting them up for success. They know exactly what you expect of them from the time they get on property to the time they leave. Even outside of the company, when they're not at work, what your expectations of them, how they represent you. So those are just some things with hiring and training. They're little things, but they become big and they're very important. It's something that everybody needs to know. And this will get you right on your way to having the best employees that take care of your company for you. Thank you so much. Take care. It gives the new employee, a chance to say, hey, I totally understand that. I'm going to sign off and say, yes, got it. I understand the software system or whatever it may be. Or they could say, you know what, I don't fully understand that. Or maybe they have questions like, okay, what if this specific scenario comes up? How do you want me to handle it? So it makes it a conversation as opposed to just a lesson on how to work at your company.